What is up, YouTube? Yuga99 here, and today I'll be kind of going through, I'm going to start a new segment. Sorry, I kind of had something in my head there. I'm going to be starting a new segment called Crad Battles, and I'm still in Newfoundland, so sorry if I haven't been able to update. I've said that in all my videos now, I think, so sorry about that, not my fault. I don't have internet up here. Anyways, so these three cards are going to be the cards that are going to battle today, and this is where I pick three cards that seem to do the same thing, but have kind of different edges to them and different pluses and minuses. So today we're going to do Mystical Space Typhoon, Forbidden Lance, and Dust Tornado. These two cards have seen many debates over the last few months because of Forbidden Lance being so easy to get, and Mystical Space Typhoon always being so good. And Dust Tornado is just kind of a card that seemed to do the same thing as Mystical Space Typhoon, but I think we can all agree that it is completely different. Anyway, so to beginners, these two cards would look completely the same, and this card would look like it does completely different. But it is wrong. That's wrong. Mystical Space Typhoon and Dust Tornado don't really have the same, aren't really as good as the other. And Forbidden Lance is very similar to Mystical Space Typhoon in many ways, but is also very different. So, Dust Tornado is a trap to start. Oh, well, first let me go through all the effects. Mystical Space Typhoon is a quick play spell card, and so is Forbidden Lance, and Mystical Space Typhoon destroys one spell or trap card on the field. Forbidden Lance, on the other hand, targets one face-up monster on the field until the end phase. It loses 800 attack, but is unaffected by the effects of other spell or trap cards. So, you can trade that 800 attack for negating for that monster not having to be destroyed by a dark hole, for instance. And next we have Dust Tornado that destroys one spell or trap card, and afterwards you can set another spell or trap. So it is a trap card, which brings it down a bit. And I'll explain that in a second. Whew, alright, I spoke a lot there. Anyways, so Mystical Space Typhoon is probably the most commonly used card these days in decks, since it is at 3 and it is so useful for taking care of the back row. Now, Forbidden Lance and Mystical Space Typhoon have kind of fought over who is better, and I'm going to tell my opinion. So first we're just going to go between these two cards. Forbidden Lance negates any spell or trap, so for one monster. So this card can negate a Dark Hole for your Red Eyes Darkness Metal. This Forbidden Lance can negate the Mirror Force for your Red Eyes Darkness Metal. This Forbidden Lance can negate, let's see, could any spell or trap cards. So, sorry, I can't really think of any others. Bottomless Trap Hole, Fissure, Hammer Shot. There we go. That's a few others that it negates. So, unaffected by spells or traps. So, if he tries to activate more than one, that monster is unaffected. It just sits there like a rock, not being touched by anything. But Mystical Space Typhoon can destroy one. So, let's say he's got something set and you're ready to go. You can just activate Mystical Space Typhoon, then attack like crazy. But obviously you could still be scared of Gores, but both of these don't negate Gores. So Mystical Space Typhoon can destroy and knows downsides, but Forbidden Lance has that little downside of the 800 attack minus. But that can be used to your advantage as well. Now, Forbidden Lance doesn't have to be targeted to your own monsters. So let's say you have a legendary Grandmaster of the Sixth Samurai face up on the field, and your opponent controls a Red Eyes Darkness Metal. You're like, oh crap, how am I going to get over that Red Eyes Darkness Metal? If you can Forbidden Lance his Red Eyes Darkness Metal, he becomes 2,000 attack until the end phase. So then you can just attack over him. It's as simple as that. But so this can also be used as just an anti-attack, if you want to say. So like a kind of a bigger shrink. Shrink. So the Forbidden Lance works well in that sense. But Mystical Space Typhoon, again, just so simple that it's just so good. Now, in my opinion, what card is better? I personally am more on the Mystical Space Typhoon side of this argument, because Mystical Space Typhoon has always been such a staple card in any deck, and it is still the best card in these three cards, because it just destroys. It doesn't have any downside. It doesn't have any double edge. It doesn't need it. It just needs to destroy. That's all you have it in there for, to destroy the back row. And it does its job very well. It's a quick play, which means you can play it on your opponent's turn, so it's like a trap. It's like Dust Tornado. And you can activate it from your hand, which, like Forbidden Lance can do, but Dust Tornado can't. but it just destroys. So that's a nice clear path for all your monsters to attack. It's great. And Forbidden Lance, don't. I'm not saying that this is a bad card. It's just not as good as Mystical Space Typhoon, in my opinion. You can all have your own opinion, but that is just my opinion, that Forbidden Lance is not as good as Mystical Space Typhoon. So we're going to take Forbidden Lance out of this argument and just go between Mystical Space Typhoon and Dust Tornado. Now, I think it's really obvious what decision I'm going to take here, because Mystical Space Typhoon is the best card, but how Dust Tornado could be used is, Dust Tornado lets you set after you destroy a spell or trap, but it is a trap, so you can't activate it on your turn. Now that's the plus is that you get to set another. So let's say you activate Dust Tornado, destroy, let's say he set up Mirror Force, destroy it, and then you get to set your Bottomless Trap Hole. Then you can get ready for the next play that he's going to do. So you can go and just keep going, and you can plus off you using a card. So it's not just a 1-for-1. It can be a 1-for-2, or a 2-for-1, or yeah, a 1-for-2. Sorry, got a bit mixed up there. So yeah, it can be a 1-for-2. Would I use this card? Not as much as I'd like Mystical Space Typhoon. Mystical Space Typhoon can be played from your hand, which Dust Tornado can't, which is like really a big minus that Dust Tornado has, and that really stops it, because you will very rarely set a Mystical Space Typhoon, but when you do, you can always activate it the turn that you set it. I think you can do that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can do that with spells. But even then, you can just activate it anyways. And this card can be activated from your hand anyways, so it's just so good. And Dust Tornado, setting the extra card is not really as useful as I just said it was. I mean, it can be useful in some circumstances, but you don't really need that extra set when you're just going to go for a game with Mystical Space Typhoon. I don't know what you guys think, but that's why at the end of Card Battle, what do you think? Tell me in the comments below. What card do you think is the best of the three? I mean, Forbidden Lance and Dust Tornado have very little in common, but they can be compared. So leave in the comments below what card of these three you think is the best, and maybe rank them from 1 to 3, or whatever you want to do. Leave it in the comments below. I read all the comments, so I would love to hear from you, your feedback when this is uploaded. So thanks a lot for watching. If you like the video, and if you like this segment, give it a big thumbs up, and let me know. I'm trying to bring new stuff to the channel, because it seems like it's been same old since I started, and I'm out of breath. Whew, okay. And remember to subscribe if you haven't yet. I upload videos every day when I'm not on vacation, but I am now. But I'm still filming, so I'm happy. And so thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.